Step by step, yeah? Sure. You started with, I started with, there is something certain, uncertain. There's no problem with that.
Okay.
You know? We understand that. There's something you start with certainty and you start with time. You understand?
Yes.
No doubt about that, you know? But you start with, there's no certainty at all. I just prove to you, there is certainty, there's absolute truth. Certainty,
That's where we differ.
there's no absolute truth.
Absolute is a very different thing from truth. Absolute is different.
When you ask absolute truth,
Yes.
absolute
Tell me, what does
is 100% truth all the time, in the past, now, in the future, in Britain, Algeria. Okay, is it absolute truth that for every cause, for every effect has a cause?
Absolute
Truth. So okay, so now you're telling me it is possible in a different world something come to existence without nothing.
Yes.
Okay, so define nothing, nothingness.
So let me give you an example. What would happen if we take time backwards?
Okay, what will happen?
That's something coming out of nothing.
No,
That's
it's
literally something coming out of That's nothing coming out of something.
No, Mustafa. If, you know, if tree came from nothing, so that's proof it came from nothing. You said if. Let's play reality.
Yeah.
No. If we go back to what? To the past.
Go back to...
I know your head because I'm making sense.
The
I feel for you, man.
Shamsi, the problem...
It's not logical, Mustafa.
No, Shamsi, here's the thing. We're not speaking the same language.
But you have asked my question, Mustafa. Because when
You
I
haven't
asked
answered any of
no, Mustafa, you haven't asked me questions.
Sure.
Mustafa, when I said to you,
Yeah.
I said, so are you saying it's possible in a different world
Yes.
for something to come from nothingness?
Yes.
He said yes.
Yes.
Okay. I said define nothingness.
I can't openly define it because I don't know what
Okay. Nothingness, the absence of
that's your
energy.
statement and your question.
Are you telling me absence of energy, absence of matter, absence of energy and matter? So there's no matter, there's no energy.
We don't even know if that's possible.
No, I'm just okay.
You see where I'm
no,
coming
I'm just
from?
giving an example. I'm just giving an example.
Shamsi.
Okay, let me make it clear to you. Let me make it clear to you. Sorry.
Can I say something, Shamsi?
Go.
You've been speaking for very long.
No, because I want to. I'm just to demonstrate how, like, this. It's illogical to say that yes, it's possible for
Shamsi,
something
what
to
is
come
logic?
from nothingness.
What is logic?
When I talk about logic,
Yes.
I'm talking about common sense.
So you are already wrong. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, go
I'll
on.
tell you why. First of all, logic, something being logical is not the same as something being true. Logic is merely a methodology of presenting an argument that is coherent and flows from one statement to another.
Yeah, connected.
Yes, connected.
Yeah, that's
now,
correct.
the odds of all of them working together and being true are high, but it doesn't mean that you cannot construct a logical argument that is completely false.
You understand? There's two
Okay.
ways.
Shamsi,
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
The second dimension, and this is the reason why I'm struggling to answer you, is because I'm trying to be as precise as possible with my language, whereas what you're throwing at me are a lot of different interconnected ideas, and I'm not sure how to address them all equally and not pick up.
Well,
the
I'm asking you the simple question.
No. Here's the thing. They might seem simple. I'll give you an example. Can I take off the back?
Yes.
Why does thunder happen?
Does the thunder happen? Because there's a reason behind it, of course. But
Yeah.
I can't explain to you the detail.
I'm not asking you to give me a detailed
Detail, okay,
description.
yes, yeah.
But what if I told you that the simple answer is that it's Thor? There's a giant Norwegian guy with a hammer, and he has an anvil, and he strikes the anvil really hard, and the sparks that come out of it are the cause of thunder. Does that seem like a simple answer to you? It's a simple answer.
Yeah, but but if you say a man,
No, it's not a man. It's a god. That's a god. Thor created like
Norwegian, you said Norwegian.
a Norwegian. Yeah, a god.
Norwegian god.
Thor.
By definition, Norwegian it can't be God because Norwegian came into existence long ago.
Yeah.
If it's Norwegian, it has nationality.
Okay, that's pedantic.
So that doesn't,
you're
that doesn't make any sense.
No, you're missing the key point.
Okay.
You're missing the key point. That if I say it's a god or a
doing it.
mystical creature is doing it, is a simple answer.
Now, if you say God is doing it,
But
that doesn't go, I guess, that is a logical way because if God is doing it,
But bear with me. What if I change this language and I turn it into a computer program? Here's the interesting thing. Suddenly, for me to program God or some intelligence creating thunder becomes impossible to express. However, if I express the same phenomenon using things like temperature, pressure, weather differentials, blah, 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 suddenly I've created a program that I can use to accurately predict when thunder is going to strike. And this is simply by changing the language that I use from God, Thor, whatever, to mathematics.
I respect Mustafa most.
Bear with me. I'll tell you why.
I don't know if it's following for it.
No, I'll tell you. So the conclusion of all this is that what is common sense to you and me is largely language that works well with our brains. If you change the brain, if I make it a computer, suddenly the language you and I use ceases to make sense and the argument ceases to go completely. So then I have to decide which is the better measure. The computer, the guy who you throw a stone at and he responds by looking backwards, or a series of mathematical algorithms that I can use to predict exactly where thunder is going to happen every time. You see, so again, we're back to universal knowledge, and so we're back to your original point. Does such a thing exist as universal knowledge in humans and animals? Sure. Is it reliable? Hell no. It's not reliable.
That's what I'm saying. So now, therefore, you cannot trust nothing.
Well, that brings me back to my point. Yes.
So your point. So now, therefore,
nothing. No. Again, it's a bit of an exaggeration. It's not nothing. You can trust some things
based upon.
You can experience and empiricism.
So are you saying only the way to that's what I'm saying. Are you saying the only way to trust something has to be based experience?
Most of the time, yes.
Okay, most of the time, everything that we trust is not based upon experience.
Such as?
Prove that. Now, if someone call you and says, listen, if the council call you, say, I have a house for you in, what do you live by the way? I don't know. Anyway, imagine Birmingham says, you live in London, we have a house for you from the council of Birmingham, we have a house for you, come to Birmingham. You're not going to say, let me experience the house before I come to Birmingham. You're gonna act upon the information that you received from the council and you go see the house. You're not gonna doubt it, are you?
Of course I am.
You're gonna see the house you're experiencing.
No. Before you see the house, are you gonna experience it or you're gonna
before you make the journey?
Information. The journey.
Before you make the journey.
The journey that you're taking, is it based upon experience or based upon information?
It could be based on experience with that person before. If you trust the agent, if he gave you good houses
That's what I'm saying,
before,
it's upon information.
It's based on experience. Your experience of that agent, of that agency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's based upon information. Why you trust it?
Because I have experienced that information source.
So what was
is
the first
reliable.
experience?
The guy, the agent.
Yeah, before you start
No,
experiencing.
it was my experience with the agent.
Brother,
what
you didn't
information
born
he used to
experiencing
give
the agent.
No,
Before
you give me
learned about
information
it
before,
And?
it was reliable. I checked it, I experienced it, it was
So
reliable.
that
I
when you
trust
gave
his information.
So that information when he gave it to you, did you act upon it? The first information.
Because I trust him based on experience.
No, before.
Yes.
No, before that, you avoided it.
Brother, let me clear to you. Before I met you, before you have to trust my experience with you, you have to act upon information that I'm going to tell you first. Correct? So you do act upon information.
But I'm not going to trust you if I don't know if you're trustworthy.
Look,
Look, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying.
Anyway. My point here is, let me finish my point here. My point here is, majority of our knowledge that which we act upon certainty is based upon information. Because none of us, we say, before I go to Birmingham, imagine you never been Birmingham, and someone invites you to Birmingham. Are you going to act upon that information? Are you going to act upon that information?
Shamsi, your example isn't the best, but let me
It is the best because
change
that
it
one
for
should
you.
you.
Let's make it better.
Huh? Say again?
Knowledge then?
No, okay, what is it? Transmission. Okay, someone's informing you.
Can I change your example slightly?
Go on.
So same example, some guy gave you, is offering you a house in Birmingham and says that you can't come and see it, you need to pay $100,000.
No, this is not, you can't, you're twisting it now. No. You're twisting it. No.
How are you going to bet
you have to
on
be
it
honest.
before you go
No, Mustafa, be honest. Mustafa, if the police call you now,
Yeah.
in Paddington, you never been in police station Paddington.
Yes.
They're gonna say, come over, Mustafa. Are you gonna say, let me experience the police, or you're gonna act upon the information?
No, but I know what the police are.
No, I'm saying, do we act upon the information that we receive? Do you know why we act upon it?
Okay.
Because there's indication, there's other indication. Yes, I agree with you, but still we do act based on information. So our source of knowledge is not only restricted to experience, restricted to experience, also to information, people passing down information. Also, it's based upon intellectual way. Okay. For example,
Wait.
let me to finish. Let me to finish because you said information was the wrong term. Now I'm explaining it is. Okay. So our source of knowledge has many ways that we can gain knowledge with certainty. If we're only restricted to experience, there is many things we have to reject. We cannot be consistent.
So I can question that. And if you're a fan of epistemology, you'll understand where I'm coming
Okay,
from.
go ahead.
It's how do we know anything?
Or religion?
Yeah, there's a way. I'm telling you.
No. Here's the thing: it's how
He's talking epistemology, he's talking physics, and religion is out of the...
Let them talk, bro. Guys, they were having a nice conversation. There's too many people jumping for the spoiler.
You do. I can stand anywhere I like.
Yeah, but they have to talk to him.
Because they're talking
No, I don't have it. I've never been able to do that. I'm gonna get it.
Is to speak or you're talking rubbish? You're talking, you're talking...
Religion, we're back. Listen.